Hey everybody, Carl here from Abt. We're at CES 2020 in the MSI booth. We've got Sean here who's going to show us one of their brand new monitors that won an innovation award, it looks like, at CES 2020. What have we got here?
So, yeah, I'm happy to introduce the new flagship model monitor of MSI. It's the Optix MEG381CQR. Now this one is actually an IPS panel rather than a VAA panel. It's running at a 3840 times 1600 resolution, which is also a 21:9 aspect ratio, running at 144 Hz refresh rate and 1 millisecond response time. Now this one is actually also G-Sync compatible and is also HDR 400. So it's a pretty cool monitor, but what's special about this monitor and what got the Innovation Award is the fact that it is our first HDMI gaming monitor. Now many people might ask, what is HDMI? It stands for Human Machine Interface, which is a concept that originates from supercars, and it's a concept that wants to embody various control methods to streamline information from the device to the end user. If you imagine an example, Iron Man, right? He has his suit. If he's wearing the helmet, he has a heads-up display showing him lots of different information that he needs to improve efficiency and effectiveness.
Right.
So the way we embody that feature into the monitor is through this second front-facing OLED display. This OLED display right now, it's cycling through different feature, hardware info such as GPU, temperatures, and even real-time notifications like the weather outside. Now the way we control it is with this control dial on the side. There's actually a button on the left, so if I push and hold, it'll bring up the menu, and now I can cycle between different features like Mystic Light. So right now I can control all the products that have Mystic Light. So right now it's at rainbow, and let's say I want to take a nap and the RGB is bothering me. I press off and I pressed off. And there, all the systems, including the desktop, is now the RGB is turned off.
Perfect. So it's anything with that technology that's hooked up together is going to work off of whether you're controlling it on the monitor, whether you're controlling it on the CPU. That's all going to talk to each other and all work together. Correct.
So Mystic Light is actually MSI software for RGB. So yeah, pretty much all our products have it. And the last one is actually macro keys. I know it's a bit of a typo right now. It says Marco key, but similar to, oops, I pushed the wrong one. Similar to a keyboard and a mouse, you can program different macro keys into the monitor. So if you're in game and you want to use the monitor instead of the a keyboard, even if your keyboard doesn't have macro keys, you can program them into the monitor itself.
Okay.
Now this is different from the desktop. I know the desktop actually doesn't have macro keys programmed in, but it has different settings and game profiles which you can open from it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Any timetable on release for this one?
Yeah, so this one will be released in Q3 or Q4 of 2020.
All right, so coming up fairly soon. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We've got a lot more great stuff coming up from CES 2020.